What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Reese Motorsports, Corey's Garage, your home for the Franken 7 Drift Car Project. Doing something a little different tonight. Can't remember where we left off with our last video, but just a quick little recap. I did manage to pick up a Terminator X system from Holly, and that has since been hooked up and been playing around with the wizard and stuff, and got it to sort of start for like 3 seconds or so, but I was still getting like way too much fuel, and I'm pretty sure the culprit was these little dills, these eBay 42-pound Chinese injectors. On paper they sounded great, but I tested a few just with my little setup here using a Milwaukee 12-volt battery for my ratchet, and I don't know if they're just that cheap, but basically they pretty much, some of the plungers do stay open and they just keep going and they just leak. So test confirmed, do not buy these. These are garbage. It was a waste of $50. But for testing purposes, this will be kind of fun. So I was searching around. I was able to pick up a set of used LS1, LS6 28-pound injectors from eBay, of all places, and they are OEM actual LS1, LS6 injectors. Picked those up for like 60 bucks, and I thought, it's got to be something simple, because every other video you see of people setting up their Terminator X system, they plug in the wizard, put in their injectors, their engine size, whatever, and it fires up the first time, and I haven't been so lucky. And I've been trying to eliminate some of the cheap stuff I had with some better quality stuff. I still have an eBay fuel regulator, but that's just because my fuel system is kind of goofy anyways. But anyways, so I was watching first I was reaching out to see just some fuel injection cleaning services around the area, and the best I could come up with was $225 to ship my injectors to said person. And I was like, man, I understand that it's a service and it's good, especially when you're building a car of, this caliber. But we've gone so crazy with the price and cost on this build, especially with the Terminator, that was just out of the question. So in regards to trying to keep this a budget-minded thing, I did some searching on our old pal YouTubers, and found a handful of videos of people doing injector cleaning at home. And it's quite simple, because if you understand how a fuel injector works, it's essentially a solenoid, and a solenoid is an electrically controlled valve. So therefore, if you can apply pressure and some sort of cleaning solution, like carb choke cleaner, brake parts cleaner, contact cleaner, something like that, and can open the valve, you essentially can do your own fuel injection cleaning at home. So found some videos, found some nice little setups that people were doing. Some were way more complicated than they needed to be, but here's what I came up with. I'll have to set the phone down for a second, and hopefully you can see this. Hopefully the light's not too blinding. So basically what I made was, I took a piece of like 3/8 nylon tubing for air brakes, just a little scrap piece, and one of the tubes from like your gasket maker, and just cut off maybe 1/4 of an inch total, just so the hole would be small enough to fit the straw from a carb cleaner or whatever container. So when I cut that off, that allows me to insert the straw ever so slightly, and that straw can essentially be inserted somewhat, and get the lighting just right, inserted somewhat into the injector. Now there is a little little piece in there that's, you can't get it too far in there, but essentially if you can set it up like that and use our nylon cap, it kind of looks like this once it's all put together. So you put your tube on, you put your spout in, shove that in there, and that holds nice and tight, and then you just kind of feed your straw down in there till you get to the injector, and just fill it ever so slightly, get inserted. So that's our kind of mock-up fuel injection cleaning adapter, if you will. So again, I'm going to try to set this camera up. So what I've got basically is one of my little Milwaukee M12 batteries for my electric ratchet. And so it's got a positive and a negative. It's just a battery, nothing too complicated. So I'll see if I can set this phone up and it not fall off. So basically how I set it up is take our straw, insert it into our can of cleaner. Have to do this kind of delicately because you don't get it in just right. It will spray everywhere. Now I've already done 6 of my 8 injectors. 2 were not spraying very well, so I've actually soaking them in PB Blaster right now. So I'll probably let them soak overnight. I might try it again before I go to bed because it's pretty late. All right, and then I just have another can kind of sitting next to it as a level, if you will. So anyways, we take our negative. It goes on this side of the injector. And we take our positive and it goes on the other side of the injector. Imagine that. So hopefully you can see this when I do it. So basically what I'm going to do is just touch the positive side of the battery as I'm pushing the nozzle of the spray, and this will activate our fuel injector and do some cleaning. So first, to test it, you hear that click. That's the injector opening up, the solenoid actuating. So I'm going to add some pressure from our cleaner and watch what happens. Now this injector specifically is probably okay, but you can't have 1 or 2 good injectors and the rest leak, because that's what's been causing our flooding issue from what I have put together in my brain so far. But anyways, so I did that with our 8 LS1 or LS6. They didn't really specify. They actually said they were both, so maybe they're the same injectors, but their part number, turn it around, this is one of the ones that's soaking, part number 125-61462. So like I said, I've got 6 of the 8 are already clean and ready to go. I just have to put the new O-rings and stuff on them. But these 2 right here are the ones that were sticking. So I've just got a little bit of a old peanut butter blaster, if you will, and I'm squirting it to the top here where the plunger resides. Now these on the eBay ad, they did say that they're probably going to need to be cleaned, and if you looked at the nozzle beforehand, they were black and gunky, and some actually did have a little rust built around them. So this is what I'm trying to do with the PB Blaster, is just loosen that crap up and then just squirt the snot out of it with like carb choke cleaner type stuff. So anyways, just want to do a quick little kind of how-to, if you will. So if you need to clean your injectors at home and you're on a budget, this literally cost me just the can of the cleaner. So I already had some alligator clips, already had my little battery, a little piece of nylon tubing, like I said, I think it's 3/8. The spout from a gasket maker, and just the straw that comes with the spray, and a little know-how, a little electrical knowledge, and you make your do-it-home, do-it-yourself fuel injector cleaner. So just thought that was a fun little thing. Just take the knowledge I learned and hopefully share it with you guys, and maybe save you a little kizash. So I'm gonna hopefully get these other 2 injectors firing, get those plugged in, and maybe this thing will crank up here in a few days. But we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.